Thank you, Greg. Hello, everyone. Hello, Finovate. My name is Uliana. I am former executive director of the Warsaw Stock Exchange office in Ukraine. Now I am founder and CEO of Quoroom, which is UK-based investor relations and cap table management software. An average private company spent about 8 months and utilize at least 5 different software tools to manage their fundraising, to close deals with investors, and to finally manage their capitalization table. So the first thing to remember for you today is that Quoroom combines in one place all necessary tools to raise capital 4 times faster while saving thousands in legal and software fees. So private companies don't know how to raise capital. They don't know the process. They target wrong investors. They fail to communicate what is really important. And as a result, private equity funds and VC funds are bombarded by a ton of irrelevant companies. So Quoroom investment banking software as a service automates the workflow. It makes fundraising efficient. And finally, investors can get the relevant deal flow and never miss a growing companies again. So I will show you how it all works on a Quoroom platform. So here it is, we have the Investor Hub. The Investor Hub is a place where investors get from companies a new deal invites. They see deal terms. They can review what specifically is offered, and they also can negotiate in a process. So then they can access a data room, and the data room is a place for them to review the documentation, have a separate folders for due diligence, and also finally to sign the documents on the platform, because we do have our proprietary e-signature solution as well. So the final step is to complete a payment and actually pay to a company bank account. So for companies, it's even more there. So companies have full set of functionalities to manage their funding rounds. So they have cap tables, they have statutory registers, and also filings in one platform. So in funding section, when company creates their funding round, so they have a progress and also a lot of tips, very useful stuff, to follow the proven investment workflow and to avoid mistakes. They can manage their deal terms, the ones they negotiated with the investor. They also have the data room, where I already mentioned, they upload all the documentation. They have folders with advanced settings for security during the due diligence process. And again, they can sign any documentation on the platform. So we do have the legal templates for them. So if it's smaller companies, they also can utilize our legal subscription agreement, but usually they would upload the agreement prepared with the lawyers. So the prospect section is a place where they manage the investor pipeline. They communicate with investors via connected email account. And they also send out investor updates from over here. So investor updates is actually their secret weapon to warming up investors and introducing their company much in advance to their funding round actually gonna be started. So all of that should be finalized in an order book, because order book, it's a place where you manage your confirmed investors. You can select specific investors to share your digital cap table. No more Excel spreadsheets, just share your digital cap table with the investor during the due diligence process. And finally, select all investors who paid. Let's say this one has paid, to issue new shares or debentures, just in 2 clicks. Now, when it's done, we can go to the capitalization table, and we see in specific share class where a new shareholding have been added. So now just few things left. You need to send certificates to investors, And you also need to go to filings, because from over here you can do the company house filings, and specifically the form which is necessary after the funding round. So we serve companies worldwide, but a special privilege for UK-based companies is that we do have completely automated company house filings for UK-based companies. So companies utilize us to manage their so-called investor CRM. They have a lot of set up for their permissions for these investors on the platform and shareholders, and documents section where they store, share, sign a lot of corporate documentation. And the last but not least, company matrices. If you are a company which is raising, or you are raising for your client, we really recommend to create nice visuals of the progress of the company, about the metrics. They mostly represent the company growth. And then you can insert them to the investor updates, or you can also create a news feed for your targeted investors. So investors can actually have access to this one into their mobile app or on a web dashboard. So Quoroom combines everything in one place, all corporate matters for a private company. And for you, I welcome you to, of course, to sign up as a company or as investor. Scan this QR code, and please use our platform to never miss opportunity to communicate your company growth, and never miss, actually, the growing company again. So we are a SaaS platform for private companies and advisors, super affordable as a SaaS, but we also have a white label for institutions. So come to see us in a booth, and thank you.